there's this police force in the universe, that there's these people that good goes beyond just Earth, and it can actually, you know, be something that's pervasive throughout the universe. And I love that thought. I think film is first and foremost is and will always be a director's medium. So to have a guy like Martin Campbell, who has such a distinct, you know, vision for big, adventurous filmmaking like this, I mean, you can't help but be swept away with the possibilities. Also to have a guy that is such a responsible filmmaker, a guy that I think is really going to inspire and excite the core fan base as much as they are the movie-going audience that isn't necessarily familiar with Green Lantern. So I just think that guy's going to light this thing on fire, and I think that's primarily why I'm here. Well, I think what makes Hal the worthy candidate is that he's seemingly fearless, but I think what the interesting thing that we learn as we get to know Hal, and we get to know Hal as a Green Lantern, is that his fear does exist, and it's his ability to overcome that fear that makes him not just a Green Lantern, but the best Green Lantern there is. And I think there's the sense that I get from, you know, the other Green Lanterns is that they sort of frown upon Earthlings as kind of an unworthy species, and Hal is going to be, not only is he going to be a superhero, but he's going to be an ambassador for the species. The thing I love about Green Lantern is that there is some darkness there, but there's also a lot of light, and because of that, I think it's so widely accessible to the audience. I feel like it alienates nobody, and that's, I think that's what, as an actor, that's all you can really ask for. I mean that's like the dream, is to find a movie that appeals to so many people.
The physical aspects of a movie and that transformation is a huge part of the job that I think people sort of always find that amazing that an actor or anyone for that matter would put themselves through that, but it's kind of essential. I mean, you have to look the part as well. So a lot of the stuff I did was a little unorthodox for me. I mean, it was gymnastics, which was interesting. I did a ton of gymnastics. No 6'2" man should be rotating in the air like that, but it was great. It was amazing to be able to do that stuff, you know, and spend and have the time and the resources to do that stuff. So Warner Brothers thankfully provided all of that for me, and it was a huge learning experience. But then, you know, aside from that, you do the regular stuff. I mean, you're lifting, you know, ridiculous amounts of weight at 3:30 in the morning, trying to get ready before work, and you know, it's grueling, but it's worth it in the long haul. You know, it's the one kind of enduring sort of statement about Green Lantern, and that Green Lantern oath encompasses everything that they are. And it's what they stand for, it's their code. Generally, the core see human beings as kind of a subspecies, of, you know, an inferior race of creatures that are just, you know, destructive and arrogant and ignorant. So for Hal to become a Green Lantern is met with some criticism by the core. Yeah, we shot a sequence in downtown New Orleans where I shot into space for the first time, and I'm on my way to Oa. It's this trip to Oa, and it's one of the ways in which we had to do that was to establish I don't know what it was, 160 or 180 or 200-foot crane, which would fire me up into the air with a cameraman attached just above me. I think the rate was something like 60 feet a second, and so it's just a real quick ride. I mean, maybe 3 seconds tops, but probably the most terrifying experience I've ever had in my life. I was just suddenly close to space.